Pregame.com.
Dodgers at Cardinals. Who do you like and why?
I absolutely love St. Louis in this game. They're going to come out about a minus 125 favorite, and my true line is closer to 145. I'd say even closer to 150 based on this pitching matchup. And people listening right now are saying, Capuano, Westbrook, is he nuts? A 10-5 pitcher against 8-8, and you're saying that's even a benefit for St. Louis? 100%.
Okay, so one of the basic premises of sports betting is if it's obvious, it's built into the line. So the only way to win is to have a contrary opinion that's a correct opinion. So now you have the contrary opinion. Why is it correct?
Here's why. Capuano's already pitched 125 innings. When you look at his history, the last time he pitched that many innings was 2007 for Milwaukee when he pitched 150 innings. Between 2007 and this year, he's gone 60 innings or less, pitching out of the bullpen or in AAA. Now all of a sudden, he may have gotten that 10-5 record, but with 125 innings of work in, you're going to start to see that decline,
now,
and that's when you're going to get value going against them.
Have we seen the first signs of that decline?
Yeah, because he's now up to giving up that one home run per game. You know, once you start keeping that ball up.
Because here's what I'm saying.
That's what I look at a lot.
You know, the old, and I'm not saying I buy into this, but the old classic streak thing is you can lose, many times betting against a streak, only once betting on it. To me, I like the idea of you saying there's something in this guy's history that he's going to hit a wall, but I want to see the beginnings of him hitting that wall. Do you legitimately think that's happened?
Exactly, absolutely. Okay. Because once you start seeing the home runs go up, if they're averaging half a home run every 9 innings and all of a sudden it goes to .76 or 1 home run, you know he's keeping the ball up there now. You know what I mean? That arm's tiring. The ball doesn't have that movement it did earlier in the season.
And that's interesting because, sabermetrics, the thing about sabermetrics is they're advanced stats and they're calculating a bunch of stuff oftentimes. But sometimes you can take leading indicators. So it's a simpler stat, but it's a leading indicator that once you start seeing this, it might take a while for the ERA to actually show it, but it's a sign of problems. So break down just real quickly the basics of the stat that you just talked about and how it is a leading indicator.
Yeah, because when you're a pitcher like him, Holy gives up 7-8 hits per 9 innings, okay? And you got a strikeout to walk ratio, which is phenomenal. Anything 2 to 1 strikeout to walks is above average or average. This guy's closer to a 3.5 to 1 strikeout to walk ratio. But that was amassed earlier in the season. Now all of a sudden, when you look at his last few starts, the ratio isn't 3 to 1 anymore. You're starting to see that decline. Then, like I said, you're starting to see the ball staying up in the zone. So more home runs are going out. That, to me, supports the fact that after 125 innings, when your arm's used to throwing 60 for the last 4 years, I don't think you could turn that around.
We're back to the same paradox that we had in the prior video, which is the numbers you're giving us are over a handful of games.
Sure.
If someone had started the season in that few games and pitched well, we wouldn't believe they were a Cy Young candidate. But I think we're back to the same answer, which is when there's a concept you believe, even without data, but then you have some data that begins to back it up, that's when you can start having a higher confidence level.
That it has some significance.
Just by itself, you might not believe the concept enough. The data by itself certainly isn't enough. You combine it together, and that's why this is oftentimes handicapping is more art than science.
True.
And this is interesting stuff. Anything else?
Yeah, when you look at St. Louis right now, they're sitting third. I mean, Milwaukee's ahead of them, Cincinnati's ahead of them, and they're 6 games out. But when you look at their run differential, they're second in all of Major League Baseball. This team's earned their wins.
So an unlucky team, which has them slightly underrated. But again,
against
you're
the
not
flip side, the Dodgers, who Pythagorean over-under, plus 4.5. So here's a team that's won 4.5 more games than they should have.
So a lucky team against an unlucky team. Now, you're not betting on the Cardinals and against the Dodgers every game.
No.
But it's about how do we get enough to overcome the juice so we have a unlucky team that we're backing, a lucky team we're fading, and a pitcher that you have a gut or you have a conceptual belief combined with some data that he's overrated right now. Or at least his current form is overrated based on the season.
When put together and a line that offers value based more on perception than anything else, that to me makes a great bet.
Who made the case better there, you think?
I think you took my case and made it better. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing the grunt work, the paralegal, and then you get to walk into the courtroom.
You're a worker.
You get the, yeah.
You're a worker.
Then you get the $200 an hour.
All right, guys. We got one more video coming up, and like we said in the last video, we got some big doings on the video side within a few weeks. A brand new studio is going to be launching. Big upgrade in the visuals, and we're very excited about it. You can get all of our videos at pregame.tv.